Before I say this, I want to say this is all alleged. Rumor on the street is Gypsy Rose's attorney used all the money that she made from the gala a couple of months ago to fix up her house, child. Now, I personally know some corrupt things that she's done recently, but I'm going to keep my mouth closed until the problems are solved and then air it out. But anyway, she was doing business with a company, and the company didn't want to be outed because they know she's associated with scams, allegedly, and Gypsy Rose. But you know me being the creator I am, I'm going to go ahead and out them. This is Danos that is associated with Gypsy Rose's attorney, who is doing the alleged corruption and fraud. Child. The one that allegedly took the money from the gala, to help people in need to basically put her house together. And Danos knows what she's associated with and what she does, and they stay around her. Birds of a feather flock together, child. Like, share, and repost. I don't know if y'all saw my live, but in my live, I explained that Toddy Skip actually turned over the text messages from Fancy to Ken and back and forth about trying to make sure Nicholas GODEJOHN never gets out of prison based off of lies and manipulation and basically obstructing justice. And child, I'm just hoping that they take this very serious. But anyway, because I know y'all seen it, I need y'all to go over Toddy Skip's page and watch it, because I think it is really important for y'all all to see this. But however, Rachel, Gypsy's old best friend from prison, posted some pictures. We need to check this out. Now, this is Ken back in 2019. Woo! Boy, oh boy, hasn't this man aged. Now, this is Rachel, this is her husband, and this is Rachel's daughter, which is Gypsy Rose's goddaughter. But they don't speak anymore, so I don't know how that works. I mean, I don't know, y'all. But anyway, let's look at some more pictures. Now, this is Ken. Y'all, hasn't he aged tremendously? Even his face, like, he looks stressed out now, and he looked actually decent here. This is them again. Look at Ken. He looks very, very, very different. I don't know what else to say, y'all. Drop your comments down below, because I know this was a little bit of a wild tea time. Ooh, child, our Pakistani friend. Why am I calling her Pakistani? Our American friend that was in Pakistan. Child, she had a plane ticket to go to New York, but the plane made a stop in Dubai. Did you think she went home? No, homegirl got off the plane and said, I'm going to do anything to not go back to America. I'm going to stay here in Dubai. Jesus, fix it. They're not as generous there in Dubai for you to, act up. So I just hope she's on her best behavior, because she surely could end up in prison or jail real fast. But anyway, let's go ahead and watch what our storyteller has to say.
I did not expect season 2 of Keeping Up with the Onijahs to drop this fast. I did not. I was like, you know what? We're going to take a season break. I'm going to show you a bit of Pakistan, which I am showing you, and I will continue showing that also. And then I was like, maybe then we'll find out when she gets to America, then we'll find out what happened, the missing pieces. I did not expect Dubai to get in between. But she told us. She told us she's going to go to Dubai. She's going to have her baby, and she's going to set up her clothing business. And then her and her baby daddy, husband / whoever they're gonna move over there. She told us all of this. Now the thing is that what I'm looking at the video over there is that she specifically knows her audience. She knows her audience. Her audience is Pakistani men. She didn't just go to the Burj Khalifa. She didn't go to she didn't go to the Filipino neighborhood. She didn't go to the Emirati neighborhood. She didn't go to the Indian neighborhood or the Bangladeshi neighborhood. No. She specifically went to the Pakistani neighborhoods. And that is where people knew her. And she was walking around like it was like Beyonce on her world tour. And like she had like her entire entourage, like no entourage. There was no Shabana, there was no security guard. She was the star. She's just walking around happy, and there's the whole crowd. She has a new abaya. I think she went shopping. She went shopping. She wasn't wearing that in Pakistan. So maybe she got it from there. She has a new bag also. And she, what's interesting is I feel like she was lucid also. Like they were asking her to, say stuff, and she was saying all of the stuff. She was like, oh, respect for the law, respect for, like this woman is smart. She is smarter than we think she is smart. I don't know what she's up to in Dubai. This is not a stopover or a layover. Like people are like, no, it's a stopover, layover. I mean, if it was a stopover, layover, she would probably just go see the Burj Khalifa, come back, or probably, I don't know. You don't just like get out of the plane and go for like a meet and greet and like a fan meetup. She literally I don't even know how long this meet and greet will end up. But I hope she doesn't start pulling all the stuff that she started pulling in Pakistan, all the bad behavior, all the, because Pakistan, we're patient. We're patient, and we treat guests with utmost care and love. And at the end of the day, she's a guest, blessing from above. Yes, Dubai is not like that. Dubai is not like that. They don't take shit. They don't chill around. They will, yeah. So I hope someone, just either just send her back across the pond to Pakistan, we'll take care of her, or someone gets her on a plane back to America. Because this could get messy real soon. Season 2 could like literally have a very fast, abrupt ending. Onaija in jail or something. And then like we have to figure out a way to get our sister out of there and back to America, back to safety. So yeah, and like the update from Pakistan is that Pakistan's launched a special brand of chips. It's called With Her Face on it. But at the same time, she's wearing the Rasta colors, what Bob Marley wears on his head. Those colors, that cap, and it's called, wait for it, it's called American Popper. You know what that translates to? Translates to American crackers. So yeah, we have American crackers with Onaija's face on it. What is even happening? And the clothes that she was wearing, the green colored kurta, the one that if you were following along, the female security guard from the airport got her. So yeah, that fashion house was advertising it on their page today. They're like, get the look. OOTT, outfit of the day. This, I don't even know what is happening now.
American lady in Pakistan is now in Dubai.
Respect for halal, respect to halal, respect for halal, respect for halal, respect for halal.
Onaija Robinson Takes Pakistan has been renewed for season 2, as she has been spotted in Dubai, in the streets of Dubai, as she said yesterday. She was personally escorted onto an Emirates flight by Pakistani police after someone bought her a ticket home, but that Emirates flight had a layover in Dubai. She got off the plane and didn't wait for her next plane, left the airport, and is now roaming the streets of Dubai, smoking cigarettes, talking to people, and they are filming her in the streets of Dubai.
Assalamu alaikum, makhaza idala kara gade dalta. Hi, hello. Dalta pasadi baji garzi, ha?
This is crazy because Dubai is not Pakistan at all. So I hope our good sis is okay, and I hope she... But you know what? Based on the level of delusion and not give a fuck that she had in Pakistan, pretty sure she'll do well there.
If you don't do something, I'm gonna burn your face. And let's see if you touch me out here in the streets. I'm dead ass. I'm not playing. I swear to God. Make a decision.
They need to get her a reality TV show with like a proper team to follow her throughout that region of the world. Because I feel like she's doing it. They love her.
Our queen Onaija is in Dubai. I wish I was making this up, but she is actually in Dubai, you guys. Like, how did this even happen? She had a ticket to fly back to the US. At what point did she decide to go to Dubai? And who approved all of this? Surely someone's looking after her. Bottom line is, she has landed in Dubai. No one knows what her plans are. Is she going to have a I'm waiting for the press conference, honestly. But she did not stay in the U.S. for long. She is in Dubai. I have a funny suspicion, though, that the Dubai people are not going to be as welcoming as the Pakistani people. I'm just saying. But I'll keep you posted because I am as invested as you are.
Now listen, baby, Naja. Act up in Dubai, you gonna get snatched up, okay? I'm just letting you know, Bookie, like it's not gonna go the way you think. So I'm hoping you are on your best behavior, friend. Okay, so we got our Black History today. And today I took a couple of clips of some things going on. And we're going to spin the block a little bit on the Kendrick Lamar performance. Because I think that there's a few things that are actually kind of interesting. And this was actually very large in the Black community first. And this is right after the 13th Amendment. I actually did a paper about this in college, and I'm just spinning the block about it on here because I know a lot of people don't really know about this. So listen up, y'all. And then I have some other stuff to show you guys.
Kendrick Lamar is so talented. Apparently a game took place during his show. This halftime show was pure art, and it was much deeper than a diss to Drake. Let's first address how he says the revolution's about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. We are in the age of revolution, and it's going to be digital. We are no longer falling for the narratives that the mainstream media pushes. He's telling you he's not going to be the one to fall in line, but he's speaking in the form of the collective. We are no longer being docile and conforming to what the government wants. We are standing up for what we believe in. You have Samuel L. Jackson narrating the show as Uncle Sam saying, "Welcome to America's game," which we all know isn't football, but the game that the government plays with us. Samuel L. Jackson says, "Do you really know how to play the game? It's too loud, too ghetto, tighten up." So Kendrick follows it up with, "Sit down, be humble," because that's what America wants from us. Notice how he's in a divided flag representing a divided nation. Yet you have the Crips dressed in blue, Bloods dressed in red coming together united regardless of their differences and hatred towards one another. If you studied every successful revolution in history, unity is the main ingredient. After they're united, Uncle Sam comes by and says, "Oh, I see you brought your homeboys," which is the culture cheat code. Deduct a life. My mind instantly thought of Fred Hampton, how he united rival gangs and the government deducted his life. I also noticed how their sweatsuits look like the ones from Squid Games, which is a representation of capitalism. How people at the bottom continue to fight amongst one another for the money at the top, which accomplishes nothing. Now let's address SZA's performance. When SZA's performance, she's on an inverted triangle, which was symbolic of the feminine goddess energy used in the creation of the world, which often gets left out because of our patriarchal society, which panders towards religious ideologies that make women subservient to men. She's also surrounded by people in red and white sweatsuits, which could be a reference to Handmaid's Tale, where women are also suppressed. Afterwards, Uncle Sam comes back out and says, "Yes, this is what America wants. Nice, calm, don't mess this up." Kendrick responds with 40 acres and a mule, how this is bigger than music. For those of you all who have whitewashed history, those are the 40 acres that were promised to enslave black people. He follows that up by saying you can rig the game, but you can't fake influence, which is literally how the music industry and the political system in America is set up. This halftime show met history at the right moment. Kendrick used his influence on the greatest stage in front of the leader of our country to remind you all to stand up for what you believe in. He performed not like us, knowing he would face consequences, but he did it anyway. What's even more iconic is he brings out Serena Williams and she crip walks on stage, which she was scolded for after winning a tennis match. This performance was a message of defiance to the collective consciousness and a reminder that it is us versus them. Last but not least, after he performed Turn the TV Off, I hope you turned your TV off, because it's time we stop willingly watching the distractions that are dividing us and start focusing on the people who are truly dividing us.
You really about to do it? 40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
Well, what's that even mean? It's the end of the Civil War, right? And General Sherman has all these black troops that have just been freed.
All right, brother. What now?
He calls this meeting with a bunch of black ministers to determine what black people's future will be.
Oh, what's that?
What can I do for you?
What you say? I couldn't hear you.
What can I do for you?
He said what he can do for me. How he can serve me.
How it feel, General? How I feel?
Yeah, we're gonna need some land education and for all y'all white people to leave us alone.
Sherman had Lincoln approve Special Order 15, which gave 40 acres of land to black families.
We did it. We did it, Joe. You're gonna govern your own land in the United States.
So why don't all black people have land now? When Lincoln was assassinated, his successor overturned the order and gave the land back to the people who started the dang war in the first place. And the promise of 40 acres and a mule was stripped from black people in less than a year.
And it's upsetting me and my homegirls because it's like, dang, if you can have 40 acres and a mule, where else could you go?
No, wait, before you go, you might think this was just a long time ago, but this act, along with the decades-long of discrimination and restrictions, has still affected black people's wealth today. The typical white family still has 6 times as much wealth as the typical black family. One thing you can do to acknowledge this is by shopping black-owned businesses. Here are a few sites to get you started. Black history is your history.
Kodak Black was found in Atlanta eating chicken on rugs. He looks like he's out of his mind. And the way he was acting, people are saying he was spazzing out. I need you guys to understand the significance of this. And I also need you guys to tie in to Kendrick Lamar's performance. Remember, it's a game controller. He's saying this is all a game. And one thing about history is it always repeats itself. After the 13th Amendment, they needed Black men to be in prison, so they had legal slaves. This is why the crack epidemic hit the Black communities first and worst. This was planted in the Black community intentionally to dismantle the Black family. So Black men were in prison as slaves, and Black women were out here on assistance trying to make it. As you know, Black women are the leading in education. Why? Because we realized that was the only thing that was going to change our circumstances. Kodak Black being found in Atlanta like this is not by mistake, not by error. This is a sign that history is repeating itself, and we need to pay close attention. When they started mass deporting, you knew something was coming next. They are getting ready to plant this in the communities. Lock in. This is why Kendrick Lamar was saying we need to organize, because this is going to get worse. We have stepped back almost 20 to 30 years in just a couple of days based on these executive orders. I need you guys to lock in, take this serious, and not fall for the gimmicks. Also, this whole thing with Popeyes, them putting Don Julio in the chicken, I need y'all to lock in. Stop eating out at them people's place. I'm telling you, y'all might think I'm crazy, but I am telling you, this is so much deeper than a lot of people realize, and this is just history repeating itself. And if you don't believe me, go watch the 13th Amendment on Netflix. It is very powerful and very clear, and I think people really need to understand what's going on. Lock in.
40
Acres and a Mule refers to the promise not directly made by Abraham Lincoln himself, but issued by the Union General William Sherman during the Civil War, which proposed giving newly freed slaves 40 acres of land and a mule to help them establish economic independence after the war. However, this promise was largely revoked after Lincoln's assassination, leaving the phrase as a symbol of broken promises made to former enslaved people. So I need you guys to understand what Kendrick Lamar was really saying. And what is happening right now is not by mistake. It's just history repeating itself. And this is why history is so important, because it provides context to what the future will look like if we don't fix it. We must fix it. Now, some of y'all that are new or haven't been around forever, y'all might not remember this. But do y'all remember that older woman with the Arizona tea can that stuck the Arizona up her cooter that Nicole and I did a video about? Well, child, this lady was on Sally Jesse Raphael. Let's spin the block. She was a loser then. And well, I think she still is one. Y'all let me know what you think.
Acted real proud to be with me.
She's here to thank him, but will he recognize her?
Their picture for you. Take a look at that.
Yeah.
Kind of damaging evidence, isn't it? There we are.
That's me.
I know. I know that that's you. I want to know who that is.
That's Nancy. Good
going, Nancy. What do you remember about Nancy?
She seemed nice.
Nice?
Yeah, kind, quiet. Right. She asked me on that for the prom. I just said yeah.
Okay. This is not bad. I'm setting you up. It's not bad. Nancy, come on out. John, Nancy is, you do not have to worry, Nancy is beautiful. She's a happily married lady. She has 3 children. Excellent. She is the first in her family to graduate teacher's school. She is doing all right. And you're not going to believe this, but in a way, she owes it all to you. Do you want to tell him why?
Yes, hopefully without crying. Before you took me to the prom, sorry, I didn't feel very good about myself. And because you did that and you were so nice to me, it just made all the difference in the world, and I just want to thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm about to post Pam Cloven's phone number. and just let all the guys out there know that she's looking for some action. She's pissing me off. If I'm going to put someone's phone number out, it's because they deserve it. Thank you. I don't really care. Yep. I mean, if they're asking me, yes, I said I was going to put her phone number out. I might still do it. Does that freak you out, Pamela? It should. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll put it somewhere else. There was a guy that was asking for it. I don't know if she's married or not, but there was a guy asking for it.
First of all, the lady she's speaking about is one of my mods. And she never goes for her. She just creates the most amount of drama. Anyway, it's my mod's birthday, so say happy birthday, Pamela. But anyway, y'all. Well, isn't that quite the scandal? Did y'all also know Fancy was on a talk show? Did y'all? I know she said it on a video one day, child, but I never knew about this. I want y'all to watch this.
Which of these Tom Cruise movies will your wife say most accurately depicts her bedroom performance lately? Would it be Far and Away, Mission Impossible, or Risky Business? Craig, what do you think about this? Far and Away, Mission Impossible, or Risky Business?
Definitely Risky Business. We were staying with some friends lately and they had heard us. I got called on it.
Okay, Johnny, what would it? Pinocchio, his nose would grow a mile every time he talked about his what? Craig?
Every time I talked about my love life.
Your love life?
Yeah, before I was married.
Oh, before you were married. All right. She said every time you talked about your bedroom behavior now.
You make it out to be a lot to your friends, honey.
Okay, Edward, here's...
Ain't that some tea? The people that got the most to say. Well, we ain't even gotta go there. But there's also something else that I wanted to add on here. I actually saw this a couple of months ago. And I thought it was very interesting. And I feel like this was shocking to me. I mean, I guess I know that there's like things that happen, racially, but I really didn't think this. And I thought that this was very interesting. And this is something that should be brought to light so people can see it and know what's really going on, because this is something that I didn't even know. And even as a Black woman, this was something I would have thought that maybe I would have had an idea. I had absolutely no idea. Y'all let me know what you think.
Stanford did a study where they sent out thousands of duplicate resumes to Fortune 500 companies. Half of these fake resumes had Black sounding names like Tyrell and Lamar. The other half had white sounding names like Walker and Bobby. Half of the Black applicants had a felony on their resume. Half did not. Half of the white applicants had a felony on their resume. Half did not.
About 34% of whites with no criminal record received a callback or job offer. In the case of Black testers, 14% of those with no criminal background received a callback or job offer. But the most surprising finding was really related to Blacks with no criminal background relative to whites with a felony conviction. We find that a white applicant with a felony conviction fared just as well, if not better, relative to a Black applicant with a clean record.
A white applicant with a felony conviction got callbacks at a higher rate than a Black applicant with the same resume that didn't have a felony conviction.
This suggests that being Black in America today is essentially like having a felony conviction in terms of one's chances of finding employment.
This is structural racism.
One thing that I do want to say to you all, and I think it is very important for me to say this, is thank you for letting me share Black history on my page and you all being so receptive. Because I was a little nervous at first, but I also always want to walk in my truth and be exactly who I am. And I've always been someone that's always advocated for myself, advocated for whoever, right? And I think part of advocating for anyone is advocating for you first, and really just being transparent and I think a lot of things that I have brought on my page, I hope that, it's given someone different insight, but I just thank you all for being so receptive, and I appreciate you guys. Bye-bye for now.